Welcome to my video on the 1.6 activity. First thing I want us to review a little bit is how to find the greatest common factors of two numbers. Well, one method that we learned about this week was using the ladder method. So if I write 16 and 56 over here, I want to think about two numbers or what number I could divide out of both 16 and 56. And the number that pops into my head right away is 8. So when I take 16 divided by 8, that leaves me with 2. 56 divided by 8 leaves me with 7. And then there's no number that I could divide out of both 2 and 7. So then my greatest common factor of those two numbers would be 8. Whatever numbers I have over here, I multiply those together, and then that gives me my greatest common factor. Well, now today we are going to be talking about least common multiple. And the least common multiple target is I can find the least common multiple of two numbers. So in class today, we watched a video, and that video kind of talked about what a multiple is. Well, what multiples are, think back to when you were in kindergarten and you learned about counting numbers. You, of course, started by counting by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And then you learned about how to count by twos. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Well, then it got tougher. You had to learn how to count by threes, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. Then by fours, by fives, and by 6. What you didn't realize is that by doing the counting numbers, you were actually learning your multiplication facts, because counting numbers and multiplication facts are the same thing. So that's why your teacher worked so hard with you to learn your counting numbers, because that then led to your multiple numbers. So we watched a video, and the nice video taught you how to use the first method for kind of finding the least common multiple, and we'll talk about that in a second. But then we also talked about a few vocabulary words. Remember, common multiples are multiples that are shared by two or more numbers, and then the least common multiple is the least common multiple that is shared by both of those numbers. So the first method to finding the least common multiple is to list the multiples of each number. So if I list the multiples of 4, that would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and so on. If I list the multiples of 6, that would be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and so on. Well, you can see that these share some common multiples. They share the multiple of 12, the multiple of 24, and the multiple of 36. Well, if I'm trying to find the least common multiple, that's the smallest multiple that they share in common, and that would be 12. So the least common multiple of 4 and 6 would be 12. Now that method works really well for numbers smaller than 12 because we have those multiplication facts memorized, and it's real easy for us to start listing multiples up to 12. But it gets tougher when you're working with bigger numbers than 12. And that's why we have a second method that we can use to find the least common multiple. This method involves finding the prime factorization and then using a Venn diagram. So to show you how this method works, first I need to make factor trees to find the prime factorization of 16 and 20. So 16 breaks down to 4 and 4, and then 4 breaks down to 2 times 2, and then that would be the prime factorization of 16. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 20 can break down into being 4 times 5, and then 4 can break down into 2 times 2. So the prime factorization of 20 would be 2 times 2 times 5. Well, now I want to place these numbers into my Venn diagram. So I look for numbers that they have in common that would go into the middle of my Venn diagram. Well, I see that they both have a 2, so I put a 2 in the middle. I see that they both have another 2, so I put that 2 in the middle. Well, 16 still has 2 more 2's left over, and 20 still has a 5 left over. Now, for finding GCF, all I would have to do is just multiply those two numbers together, which of course would give me 4 is my greatest common factor. Well, to find my least common multiple, I'm going to take that number and times it by everything that's left over here and everything that's left over here. Now, if you need to use a calculator to help you with this part, that is perfectly fine. But we have to figure out what 4 times 2 times 2 times 5 is, and that is equal to 80. And that is my least common multiple of 16 and 20. Now, when I taught this method in class, a lot of students like this method, but there are some drawbacks to this method. It involves a lot of writing and a lot of mathematical calculating that you have to do along the way. So again, you have to make factor trees for both of your numbers, then place them in my Venn diagram, find which numbers they have in common, which ones they don't have in common, and then multiply the numbers they have in common times what's ever left over here and what's left over here to calculate your least common multiple. Next way, and this was in class, the one that most students liked the best. It is using a little bit of a modified ladder method, but using it to find not only greatest common factor, but also least common multiple. So first, ladder method. I put this into a ladder, and I think to myself, what number can I divide out of both 16 and 24? I see that they're both even, so I know I can divide a 2 out of both of them. Well, 16 divided by 2 leaves me with 8, and 24 divided by 2 leaves me with 12. Well, I can divide a number out of both 8 and 12 because they're both even. I can divide a 2 out of both of them. 8 divided by 2 leaves me with 4, and 12 divided by 2 leaves me with 6. Well, once more, those are even numbers, so I know I can divide a 2 out of both of them. 4 divided by 2 leaves me with 2. 6 divided by 2 leaves me with 3. Now, I can't divide anything out of those two numbers, so I'm done. So now if I want to find the GCF, I would just multiply those numbers together, and I would get 2 times 2 times 2, which would give me my GCF, which is 8. Well, to find my LCM, what I need to do is multiply all of these numbers together. And if you notice, the shape I made with the red, it kind of looks like an L, and that's how I can help me remember that to find my LCM, I need to multiply all of those numbers together. Well, I know this part here, the 2 times 2 times 2, that was 8. Well, then I just have to multiply that by these two numbers here on the bottom, and that then gives me my LCM, which is 48. So this method seems to be the method that most students in class liked the best, because it's just kind of a little modification of the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor, you just have to multiply those numbers together. Least common multiples, you multiply all of those together to get your least common multiple. Think about the L shape. So one more example for least common multiple. I want to find the least common multiple of 9 and 12. So I think, what can I divide out of both 9 and 12? And right away 3 pops into my head. So 9 divided by 3 leaves me with 3. 12 divided by 3 leaves me with 4. Well, 3 and 4, there's nothing I can divide out of each of those, so then my greatest common factor would be 3. But to find my LCM, I need to multiply those numbers together. So 3 times 3 times 4. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 4 would be 36. So my LCM would be 36 for 9 and 12. So that is another example of the ladder method that can be used to finding greatest common factor, or today, least common multiple. So now your homework assignment for today is in bigideasmath.com. So please log into that website and you should see today's homework assignment. And the first question that will come up is find the least common multiple of 18 and 45. Now it does say to use prime factorizations, but we can use any of the 3 methods that we talked about in class today. So I'm going to use the ladder method for this one. So I put 18 and 45 down, And I make myself a little upside down division bar, and I think, what number can I divide out of both 18 and 45? And I see that I could divide a 9 out of both of them. Well, 18 divided by 9 leaves me with 2, and 45 divided by 9 leaves me with 5. So my greatest common factor is 9, but my LCM would be 9 times 2 times 5. Well, 2 times 5 would be 10, so then 9 times 10 would give me my LCM, which is 90. You should enter that in, check your answer, and make sure we got it right. Question number 2 says, what is the LCM of 36 and 60? Well, again, I write 36 and 60, use my upside down division bar, and I think to myself, what number can I divide out of both 36 and 60? I see 6, so 36 divided by 6 is 6, and 60 divided by 6 leaves me with 10. Well, I see those are both even numbers, so I know I can divide a 2 out of both of those. 6 divided by 2 leaves me with 3, 10 divided by 2 leaves me with 5, and I can't divide anything out of those numbers. So now my LCM is going to be all of these numbers multiplied together. Well, 6 times 2 times 3 times 5, if I use my handy-dandy calculator, is going to give me 180. And that would be the least common multiple of 36 and 60. So I enter that in, check my answer, and see if I got it right. Please keep working on the rest of those homework assignment questions, and thanks for watching.